Right now, we are deep into the main part of the XRP bull cycle, so don't hesitate any longer. Just sit back, relax, maybe grab a coffee, and watch things unfold. It might feel a little early to jump aggressively into Bitcoin, which is currently sitting at $94,330, down about 0.5% at the moment. Meanwhile, Ethereum, valued at $180, is up 4%, and both UST and USDC remain steady at $1 each. XRP is currently holding fourth place by market cap, standing at $20.20, down about 0.8% over the last 24 hours, but importantly, it is back above its 2020 all-time high, now reaching an astronomical $2.9 quadrillion. Always remember, breaking through the $3 trillion market cap barrier is a huge psychological milestone we need to achieve. Looking ahead, as I told you yesterday, the momentum continues. Bitcoin needs to make a decisive move tomorrow. With the monthly candle closing on Wednesday, the coming week's action will be even more critical. If we can close Bitcoin over $95,000 tomorrow, it's almost guaranteed we'll see $100,000 soon after. Even if there's a slight pullback into the $80,000, it's not the end of the world. While the bull run is very much alive, expect some corrections along the way, but overall, there will be far more green days than red. Public sentiment is strong, and I agree with those pointing this out, even as some big names call out groups for manipulating the narrative. Seeing figures like Jeremy O'Leary and Brad Garlinghouse on panels years ago really shows how serious this all is. Jeremy pointed out back then how the money system needed fixing, how blockchain and traditional finance could finally be bridged, and it's funny that the same skeptics today are scrambling to catch up. Competition, as always, is a good thing because it forces Ripple to innovate faster, expand partnerships, and bring more people into using Ripple's payment solutions, whether it's through the XRP ledger or Ethereum-based stablecoins. The more users demonstrating that it works, the stronger the case becomes for blockchain replacing the outdated ways money moves today. Adding more partners who understand the inevitable transition to digital assets is key, and every step forward makes mass adoption more likely. In a big update, Monica Long, president of Ripple, revealed that Ripple plans to be the infrastructure layer banks use to access and operate within the XRP ecosystem. Since banks can't easily hook up directly to blockchain systems, Ripple will provide that essential connective layer, the bridging tissue that makes it all possible. This infrastructure will include crucial services like on-ramps for moving from traditional paper money into digital assets, secure custody solutions, stablecoin issuance, and tools for institutions tokenize their assets. Basically, Ripple is setting the foundation banks and big players need to actually use digital assets practically. We can't forget that Ripple's roots go back to 3 engineers creating the XRP ledger itself, and the company has always focused on building real use cases that showcase XRP's efficiency. Now, with services and use cases expanding, banks will even be able to connect to Ripple's EVM-compatible sidechain, potentially using assets like Arlo USD. I don't want to stress you out this Sunday morning, but it's important to stay informed, especially with the new EGR developments in the pipeline. In the short term, XRP could experience a pullback to $1.25, depending on how confirmation patterns play out. But overall, the momentum is undeniably strong. We haven't yet reached the bottom. We're still hovering above the key levels of 233 and 245, which mark the top edge of the bull market braid and support band. A strong close above these levels would go a long way in easing concerns about a significant retest. One of the crucial Fibonacci levels, the 0.702 retracement, holds a lot of weight because it aligns perfectly with a major breakout pattern from past cycles. As he breaks it down, showing the backup support band, I have to say, I disagree with his overall take. I don't believe XRP is going to have a major bounce around $240. Given the way crypto markets behave, Bitcoin would need to decline alongside XRP if it were to retest, but with the broader market pushing upwards, it's unlikely that XRP alone would just drop and retest. Bitcoin is on its way to $100, 000, and this testing phase is going to be extremely challenging. If Bitcoin dips into the low $80K range, it would be a real stretch, and even a fall to the $65K range seems unlikely. Realistically, maybe Bitcoin finds support around $K to $92K. As for XRP, it hasn't managed to break out of its range yet. Instead, it's gotten stuck in a new tight zone between 220 and 226, and this is exactly where we are right now. Once XRP breaks through this resistance, there won't be any major obstacles left between $250 and $3, meaning we could see a rapid climb, maybe even up to the $40 tide range. I'm watching XRP's charts very closely because a breakout could be imminent, and the conditions look good. Bitcoin's price movement will play a big part, but there's some encouraging news. Hashdex has just launched the first XRP ETF on the Brazilian stock exchange, which went live on April 25th. This matters because it offers a regulated and secure way for investors to gain exposure to XRP without directly holding the asset. Interestingly, Brazil beat the US to it, where XRP ETFs are still awaiting approval. Hashdex already offers ETFs for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and now XRP becomes part of their lineup, marking their 9th crypto ETF overall. It's quite impressive. As for major and smart investors seeking safe entry points into crypto, the natural question arises: if you had to pick one ETF to invest in, would it be Bitcoin or XRP? Think about it. Which would potentially bring better returns? As for how this new XRP ETF will affect price, the answer is complicated: yes and no. The main thing is institutional interest is rising, and institutional money has the power to transform markets dramatically. Hashdex's XRP ETF will invest 95% of its assets directly into XRP spot products, futures, or similar instruments. Just last week, $37.7 million flowed into XRP-related funds, more than any other crypto product, signaling a growing appetite for XRP. The significance here is twofold. It locks up a large amount of XRP, reducing the circulating supply on exchanges, and if demand continues to climb, a supply shock could trigger a sharp price increase. On top of that, the US still has 19 crypto ETF applications pending, and as more countries and institutions join in, we could see an explosive expansion of the crypto market. Combined with the fact that we're already entering the aggressive bull run phase, a massive transformation in the crypto landscape seems just around the corner.